You're listening to the Show We Go Baseball podcast.
I missed something earlier in because I was a little late coming in, and it was that your assistant coach was Wade Boggs. Like what? Because it sounded like there was something going on before I came in. What was it like having him as a coach?
It was surreal. I mean, he is so knowledgeable about the game, so infatuated by it, just loves talking the game. Couldn't be a greater person, such an outgoing personality, great man, and helped not only me, but my brother so incredibly much through high school, such a great figure. The one story that just kind of always really leans forward in the front of my head, I got called up to varsity my freshman year, and they said, "You're going to be our starting shortstop." And I'm like, okay, I always grew up playing like second base. So it was pretty nerve wracking. And a couple practices in, we're doing infield, outfield, which Wade Boggs loves to hit. I mean, the guy loves hitting fungos just about more than anything I can think of. And we're doing infield, outfield, and I'm crumbling. I'm struggling. I'm booting balls, throwing them away. He can see me just getting completely flustered. And he literally like stops, comes over to me, puts a hand on my shoulder and says, "Take a breath. You're fine. You're meant to be here. You're going to be our guy. This is fine. Everyone's going to make mistakes. Just be you." And I'm like, okay. Goes back, and the rest is history. I had a pretty solid high school career thanks to his help and all my other high school coaches. But such a great influence, being our first base coach, hitting coach, infield, outfield guy. It was incredible having him.
I want to know though, so obviously the It's Always Sunny episode of Wade Boggs is one of my all-time favorites.
It's a good one.
And he was at Winter Weekend last year, and one of our friends, Sammy, was a little hungover on Saturday morning after getting after it on the Friday night. And the first person he saw was Wade Boggs. And Wade Boggs literally gave him the best hangover remedy I've ever heard in my entire life. Did you guys ever ask him like any sort of questions like that? Like how, I guess, like any hangover stuff or anything? Like what was, I guess, the craziest thing that you guys got to ask him that he actually entertained?
Oh, man. I would say, honestly, so I don't know how many people know about this. This guy is an avid outdoorsman. And so I think one of the questions we asked him, like, what's the craziest like animal you've hunted? And he didn't give just one answer. He gave a list. He has all sorts of different kind of sheeps and goats. He has an elephant. He has a lion. He has a couple bears. And not only has he had all of these very impressive feats as an outdoorsman, he has almost, if not all of them, taxidermied and in his home.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What I'm hearing is that Wade Boggs is the modern day Teddy Roosevelt.
I would agree with that statement. Absolutely.
I never knew that.
It was very impressive, to say the least.
So does he have the elephant?
Marlin. There's like, I'm not going to get this wrong. I think there's like 7 different types of marlin, and he's like trying to catch all of them. If he doesn't have all of them, he has at least like 6 of them, and he has them all like up on his wall. It's pretty crazy.
That's incredible.